Hello everybody, I'm back with another DIY project. This time I'm making a dog furniture bed that's gonna go upstairs in my family room, movie room slash game room for Dr. Dre. So Dr. Dre is gonna be able to sit up in there and chill and relax. So there's plenty of room for him to get up, walk around, sniff around, stuff like that. I'm going to be using these bars. Be using these bars right here. These PVC pipes. I'm going to be using these as bars and stuff. Of course, I'm going to stain the entire thing ebony and polyurethane, and then spray paint these black, so that way everything will match and everything will look nice, and it'll look pretty good. So the end result is going to look something like this, not exactly like this, but something like this, where I have my cat stuff on top of this. So it's going to go right up on top of here. The cat stuff is going to go up on here, and then his tower and things like that, because cats can climb, dogs can't. That way all this stuff is going to be self-contained. All right, here's an update. I've got the bars and stuff inside of the dog bed, and pretty easy to pull these out of here. So you just lift up and you can pull it right out, and then to put it back in, place it up in there. It goes up and then slides right back down. And of course the dog isn't smart enough to lift that up and out of there, so it's pretty secure in there. And those will be all the way around. It's about 2.5 inches in between each of these, so it's just small enough so that way his head can't go through. And as long as his head can't go through, he should be, pretty contained inside there. And right now I'm putting on the sidebars. They'll go right here, and I'm going to glue those down with some wood glue, and then put some screws in there. Put 1 or 2 screws in there just to make sure it stays down there and holds. And then I'll be working on the door. So the door is going to go right here, and of course I'll have some bars and stuff in there as well, and a latch, so that way it can be secured. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's an update on the dog bed. I had to change out. I'm no longer using these pipes and stuff. I finally found the wire fencing at Home Depot and at Lowe's. So the first time I went in there, I could not find this stuff. So I did find it, and just had to use my bolt cutters right there. Bolt cutters in order to cut that stuff, so that way it would fit wherever I wanted it to fit. So here's the stuff right here, and I fit it up into these. So I had to recut these pieces. I had to shave them off under there. They were glued on there pretty well. Undo the screws, I had to shave up under there. I had to replace these with a new piece of wood, so that way I can drill the smaller holes. It works pretty much the same. So if I take these, lift it up, I can remove them. Oops, sorry puppy. I can remove them entirely and insert them back in there. Insert them back in there, up and then down into their slots, and it works wonderfully. The dog can't figure out how to open those up, so he's doing well. I just finished the door, so I just framed it out with the same type of wood and same type of fittings and stuff, so it goes up and then fits down into these holes right here. Dog can't figure out how to open that, and then I put a latch on there. I think it was like a $2 latch, and fits in there right nice and snug. So dog is gonna be in there happy. He has a lot more room. He'll have his dog bowl in there, he'll have his bed in there, and he will have his water in there, so that way he can be chilling out. This will be upstairs, and right now I've got to fix the top portion where the cat's gonna be. So that's the bottom portion for the cat, and then I have to cut another piece, another diamond or diagonal shaped piece out of there, so that way it can go on the top, and then the cat's house will be above there. That way the dog can't get to the cat, and the cat has plenty of space in between to get away from the dog. So that's what's coming up next, and it's coming along pretty well. It looks freaking awesome. Looks nice. So here's the updated version of the house. It's now on wheels, so it can roll around. The door gate is on there. This is the second level where the cat litter box is going to go, so that way the cat can go in there. And this, I haven't decided if I'm going to put some fabric and stuff on here. More than likely I will put fabric on there, so that way the cat will have something soft to lay on, and it looks a little bit more presentable than just having this wood plywood up there. Then these items can be bolted on there. We've got them bolted on there and screwed. This is a dry fit because I still haven't sanded the wood and stained the wood. And then this is the house. It was a part of an entire tree, a cat tree that I had, but I went ahead and cannibalized that in order to make this. All right, so the majority of the dog bed is done. It's been stained, it's been polyurethane. I put the gates back on there, the gate bars back on there, so it's nice and sturdy. It's been drying outside all day. I'm still gonna let it cure for another 24 to 48 hours before I put the dog in there, because I don't want any fumes and stuff in there with the dog. And then, of course, let it air out and stuff, and have the same smell as the house or as close to it as possible before I start sticking dogs and animals and stuff in there. This is putting some upholstery, some carpeting and stuff on here for the cat. So this is the cat portion right here. So I'm putting the carpet on here. Of course I didn't have to stain this part because it's going to be covered up by the carpet. So I'm putting the carpet on here. Cut some slits right here where the legs are. Then fold it underneath, and then I will staple it to the underneath part. These have already been done, and it looks pretty nice. As long as it's uniform, it looks pretty good. Nobody's gonna complain about that. All right, so I put the pedestal on there. Carpeting is done. I put the 3 pedestals on there. Now the cat has a nice pad right there to lay on. And the house is going up on there. I've got my 2 posts right there for the other legs that I'm going to put on there. Haven't decided if I'm going to put anything on the top yet, but I guess I'll figure that out in just a minute. Alright, so pretty much almost everything's done. This stuff is cleaned off. I've got it there. I'm going to put the 2 arms on here, or the 2 other pedestals on there after I place this up on top of this one right here. So just another review. The bars and stuff are on there, so that way doggy can't get out. The gate works wonderfully. Little dog can go in there. Again, he's not going in there yet because I want to make sure that no toxic fumes and stuff are in there, and he's not sleeping in there. But otherwise everything else is pretty much done. And I'm gonna go ahead and push this in the corner. I made it a corner cabinet, so that way it stays out of the way and maximizes the amount of room I have in this space. I made sure that I did not cover the outlet because in case I wanted to put a light or something like that over here in the corner, or access the vacuum and things like that. I wanted to make sure I had access to the outlets and stuff. So hold on just a second, and I can't hold this and pick this thing up and place it where it's supposed to go, so I'm gonna have my assistant here go ahead and hold this for me. Perfect fit. So this will go right on top of there just like that. As long as the cat's not too heavy, he's not going to be able to knock that thing off of there. I could in the future, if I wind up seeing that it's going to slide back and forth, if if I wind up seeing that, I can maybe put some rubber tabs up under there, or put some command strips in between those with some Velcro. That way it kind of sticks on there. Or I could literally drill some mounting screws through here, or some lag bolts or something like that. That way it, it stays on there and doesn't detach. In the event that I was worried about it tipping over, I could always attach it to the wall. That way if it starts tipping forward, we'd have that problem. But I made it back heavy on purpose, so that way it goes towards the corner and not forward, away from the corners. And this is the completed dog cat cage. So we've got the bottom where the dog will go. I'm gonna get a pillow or something like that to go down in there with him, for him, so he has his little solitude and stuff. We'll sleep with it inside of our bed, so that way it smells like us. Then we got the cat litter right there. So the cat, all this stuff is self-contained, and the cat's food, cat's water up here. The dog's food and water will be inside of his cage. That way the cat can't eat his food and the dog can't eat the cat's food. Cat has already been on here playing around and doing some stuff, so it looks wonderful. Let me know what y'all think. Again, like, subscribe, do whatever y'all gotta do. Help me quit my day job. Peace.